Assalamualaikum. My name is Seba Amanullah, and today my topic is about the nature of science. Science is a way of thinking much more than it is a body of knowledge by Louis Pasteur. Science is a process that seeks to understand the natural and social world through the collection and analysis of evidence. Fact. It has four factors, which is fact, hypothesis, theory, and law. Scientific method. A scientific method is a sequence of steps that scientists follow when attempting to answer a question or explain an observation. Discovery of the first vaccine was because of the scientific method. Smallpox was a deadly contagious disease with a 30% fatality rate. The disease is now eradicated thanks to the doctor who employed the scientific method. An observation is a fact of viewing or nothing a detail, fact or occurrence. A hypothesis is a testable explanation or prediction based on the observation and the scientist's prior knowledge. The discovery of the chickenpox and cowpox was of the Dr. Jenner's hypothesis. An experiment tests the hypothesis under controlled conditions with defined variables. Independent variables, new factors that is to be introduced and tested. Dependent variable, the measured result that is influenced by the independent variable. Control variables kept constant, so they do not influence the dependent variables. So Dr. Jenner inoculated an 8-year-old child with cowpox 10 weeks later with smallpox. So the independent variables, the vaccine, dependent variable, vulnerable or immune to smallpox, constants only, unexposed children used. Many experiments use two or more groups of comparison. The control group does not receive the independent variable. The experimental group receives the independent variable. Data includes all the measurements and observations made during the experiment. The concluent states whether the hypothesis is supported by the experiment. Peer review involves publishing the results of scientists to review and check for error, bias, and or uncontrolled variables. Margin of error is estimated of how different a result is from the actual value. Margin of an error can be reduced by increasing sample size or number of observations used in an experiment or study. These are the results of the vaccine, which is used by Dr. Jenner to discover the vaccine of the smallpox or cowpox. Experimental design. Experimental design is of two types, natural and controlled. In controlled, it took place in labs, and in natural, it took place in nature. Bias. Bias is the preference of an experiment turned into a certain way. Blind experiments, double-blind experiments. Blind experiments reduce bias by ensuring the test subjects do not know whether they can be in the experimental or control group. Double-blind experiments prevent both scientists and subject from knowing which is the experimental group. Correlation is observed when there is a statistical variables have a relationship that not be expected by chance alone. Pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is a false science appears or claims to be scientific but does not follow scientific practices. Characteristics of pseudoscience are claim is not repeatable or reproducible. Claim has no experimental evidence. No alternative explanations have been tested. Conclusion is formed first, then evidence is selectively chosen. Historical pseudoscience. Spontaneous generation uh, proposed that life can arise from non-living matter based on observations such as mice will generate from jars containing dirty garments and husks of wheat. Maggots will grow out of rotting meat, and etc. etc. Considered pseudoscience because no formal experiment evidence. The four elements of theory proposed by all the matter composed of fire, water, earth, and astrology is considered pseudoscience because there is no alternative evidence. It's just um, anecdotal. These dates are incorrect. Modern pseudoscience. The anti-vacation movement believes that the vaccines cause many disorders such as autism. The Flat Earth Society advocates that the Earth is not sphere. Homeopathic medicine uses essential oils and herbs to treat medical conditions. And my topic has been ended. Thank you so much for watching. Allah Hafiz.